This is your Professor Joe. I welcome you to this course in philosophy. This instruction is the very first session in Introduction to Philosophy. Today, we embark on a journey that will take us into the depths of human thought, a journey fueled not by blind belief or hearsay, but by the ancient and enduring passion for wisdom. Let's begin where it all began, with the word itself, philosophy. The term philosophy is derived from two Greek words, philo, meaning love, and sophia, meaning wisdom. So quite literally, philosophy means the love of wisdom. It was first coined in ancient Greece around the 6th century BCE, when early thinkers like Thales, Anaximander, and Pythagoras began to question the nature of existence, not through myth or tradition, but through reason and reflection. Wisdom, or Sophia, to the Greeks, was not just the accumulation of facts, it was a way of life. It included both theoretical insight and practical application, being able to discern right from wrong and live well in one's household, city, and self. Wisdom guided rulers in making just decisions. It guided households in managing resources ethically. It guided parents in raising virtuous children. It was, and still is, the skill of living rightly. Philosophy, then, is not an ivory tower pursuit. It is lived, it is felt, and it is practiced in the way we govern, manage, nurture, and grow. Wisdom evolving through the ages. Wisdom has worn many robes over the centuries. For the pre-Socratic philosophers, wisdom meant understanding the natural order, seeking patterns in the elements, the cosmos, and the forces of change. For the Sophists, it was about success, how to speak persuasively and navigate society. But then came Socrates, who changed the game entirely. For him, true wisdom began with knowing that you do not know. Socratic wisdom was humble, moral, and relentlessly curious. Even today, wisdom is fluid. An engineer's wisdom involves ethics and safety in design. A priest's wisdom involves spiritual discernment. A doctor's wisdom means seeing the person, not just the symptoms. Parents nurture wisdom daily as they teach by example, balancing discipline with love. Wisdom is, in every context, the merging of insight with integrity. Philosophy as rationality. William James' contribution. Now let's examine another important concept, philosophy as rationality, a disciplined, clear way of thinking. William James, a great American philosopher and psychologist, once said that rationality is thinking clearly. For James, philosophy wasn't just about abstract ideas. It was about organizing thought in a way that helps us live better lives. We can think of rationality in two broad ways. Foundationalism argues that our beliefs must be based on objective truths. Like a house built on a firm foundation, our ideas must rest on principles that are universal, clear, and testable. Constructivism, on the other hand, sees truth as built through social dialogue and shared human experiences. Here, truth evolves through conversation, culture, and community. Together, these two views remind us that rational thinking is not just a solitary effort, it's also a social practice, a conversation with our world, our past, and each other. The value of philosophy. Bertrand Russell's perspective. Why study philosophy at all? Bertrand Russell, a towering figure of 20th century thought, answers this elegantly in his essay, The Value of Philosophy. He wrote that philosophy's value lies not in giving us definite answers, but in enlarging our understanding and freeing us from the tyranny of custom. It helps us think critically, ask better questions, and see beyond our own limited viewpoint. In Russell's words, philosophy is to be studied not for the sake of any definite answers to its questions, but rather for the sake of the questions themselves. These questions stretch our imagination and help us become thoughtful, curious, and open-minded human beings. Branches of philosophy and their big questions. Let's now look at the major branches of philosophy, each one tackling a fundamental aspect of human experience. Logic. Question: what constitutes sound reasoning? Logic gives us the tools to construct valid arguments, detect fallacies, and think with precision. Metaphysics. Question: what is ultimately real? Metaphysics explores being, existence, and the nature of the universe. Are we just matter? Is there a soul? What is time? Epistemology. Question: what can we know, and how do we know it? It distinguishes belief from knowledge and asks, what counts as good evidence? Axiology, the study of values, which includes ethics. Question: what is right and wrong? Ethics explores moral choices, justice, and the good life. Aesthetics. Question: what is beauty? Aesthetics looks at art, taste, and the value of creative expression. Political philosophy. Question: what is the best way to organize society? It examines justice, power, rights, and the responsibilities of citizens and leaders. Philosophy of science. Question: what makes science reliable? It explores the methods, assumptions, and limits of scientific knowledge. Each branch opens new doors to inquiry, helping us navigate life's complexities with depth and clarity. Closing reflections. Takeaways for today. So, what can we take away from today's journey? Philosophy begins in wonder but thrives in clarity. Wisdom is not just knowing, it's living rightly. Rationality is a shared endeavor to make sense of ourselves and our world. The value of philosophy lies not in easy answers, but in richer questions. The branches of philosophy give us a toolkit to explore everything from truth to justice, from beauty to reality. Let me leave you with this question. How would your life change if you began to question not only what you know, but how you know it and why it matters? That's your first step as a philosopher. Thank you, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you in the next video series.